welcome to Lens2Pens. I'm Dedra.
Hey everyone, this is Andrew, and again, you're joining us with Lens2Pens. This is where the creative team, with Dedra doing the great work she does with Emery Rose Photography, myself with Creative Community Solutions, and under the author Andrew Snorton, we come together to talk about the individual and collective projects that we have going on. And with us getting ready to jump into July, Dedra, I'm looking forward not only to working with you, but some of the good things that, like I said, we're doing across the board.
All right. Well, Andrew, everything that you just said sounds great. I'm looking forward to jumping into July as well. I can't believe it that we're already here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get started.
Yeah, before we get started, all of you guys, it's hot outside. Please stay hydrated. Don't try to be Superman. Drink your water. Get some, a little bit of fruit. Sit under a shade tree, like the elders say, but don't overdo it in this heat, please. Seriously, like real talk.
It's hot.
Very. And speaking of hot, we were talking about one of the cases that we're both keeping an eye on individually and collectively is the Kadir and Nasir Lewis case. And I know both of us covered that press conference in June. It was hot out there. So not only is the weather getting hot, but hopefully, the related entities with the state NAACP, the family, other supporters are really turning up the heat on this case, because as we've shared before, there's so many gaps and there's so many gray areas in regards to what the GBI is or isn't doing that, something's got to give. What's your take on it, Dedra?
Well, one of the things that I'm trying to help do is to just keep that narrative out there. And so whether it's me posting pictures or now I'm starting to release some of the soundbite from the press conference. And so, for anyone who hasn't had a chance to hear or see anything about the case, please definitely go to Lens2Pens, to our respective social media platforms to find out more or to just stay abreast. They also have a GoFundMe out there. So I will definitely say I will share it on my page, but definitely connect directly with either the NAACP or with the family of the guys so that they can find out more and how to help if they would like to do so.
Yeah, and I think it's great that, like you said, individually and collectively, we're using our platforms to really remind people the story. We know things hit the news cycle and then they disappear. And people think because it's not being reported about that it's over and done or it's not that important, but it's obviously something of importance, relevance. Get acquainted with it. Look at our respective platforms. And speaking of the Gwinnett NAACP, they have their boots on the ground on another case, the Evans-Jones case, where the condensed version is it was after 10 o'clock, which was after, the sound ordinance in their residence. The husband and wife politely knocked on the door of their neighbors who had the music well over, the decibel limits allowed. When they returned to their residence, the people next door basically shot and it hit the spouse. And unfortunately, to make a long story short, the district attorney dropped the charges. But some of the info that came out is the shooter had been drinking all day, been drinking since 3 o'clock, and admitted he had been drinking since 3 o'clock. So if you've been pouring alcohol in your system for like 6-7 hours, your level of discernment is up, in question, and you run the risk of doing yourself or other people bodily harm. And this person shot a gun while drunk. And Gwinnett DA dropped the charges. Now we can speculate because it was black on brown or what have you, but I know individually, I'll have some reporting that'll be going on, and collectively we'll talk about this. Like you just can't do that. Like, I'm just gonna put it simply, you can't do that.
Right. This particular story, I do recall when it was, like you said, like in the news, and I, I'm aware that you'll have, further coverage of it that you will have on your platform and things like that. But it's one of those things that, it can be scary. when you're wanting to, talk with your neighbor, and just have a certain discussions. And, not all neighbors will agree, but I don't think anyone would have expected um, the outcome to, talking to your neighbors about, you know, a noise level that has exceeded what is expected. So definitely looking forward to seeing and hearing more from what you were able to find out. And so, yeah, looking forward to finding out more.
Well, I'm gonna say this: if you've been drinking 7 hours, just stick to drinking and going to the bathroom. Don't do anything else. Seriously, like real talk. Like, don't get in a car. Like, don't drive a car. Heck, don't even ride a bicycle. Don't do anything. That's my op-ed moment. And maybe an op-ed will be coming, so we'll see. So I know, like you said, we've got those items that we're working on. I know individually, just a quick update on the author end. Many thanks to Legacy Cuts in Snellville, Georgia, as well as the Georgia Spartans, the semi-pro basketball team. So June 28th, I was doing double duty, did a pop-up at Legacy Cuts, then made my way out to Exchange Park for the Georgia Spartans semi-pro basketball team doing their reunion event. Great to be a part of both of those as a participating author. The Spartans did a great mix of having not only authors, but people in the creative arts. They had Sukari Spirits doing samples. They had a cigar vendor, a couple other things, live performances. Shouts to, I think it was 94.5, 94.5, The Beat. Yeah, it was out there. And I think what they're going to do is probably once every couple months do some type of, community engagement pieces at Exchange Park. So shouts to Jarrell, Sharon, the owner of the Georgia Spartans, doing some great work. And I'll have to say this, also shouts to Bobby Frazier, who's doing some great work at Columbia High School in Decatur, Georgia. So after the event with the Spartans ended, Frazier is upstairs on the upper level, of the park. And with the group that he works with, they already meet during the school year, but they're meeting during the summer. So they had a game night activity with parents, kids, a lot of fun. So there's still, some great community outreach pieces going on. Great to be a part of those. And on the author end, just stay tuned. As you know, we're always working on something. We're always writing on something. So as things get solidified, we will drop them here as well as our respective social media platforms. So those are some of the moving parts I've got going on. Dedra, anything that you can share with the work you're doing through Emory Rose and related components?
Well, I know this has passed, but I just want to give a shout out to the Georgia Indians football team, arena football, that I cover. But I haven't covered because I finally came out of the boot. And so I'm still pacing myself and and just kind of taking it easy. And so, when I'm out there with them, I am, 10 toes down, I'm on the ground. And I definitely didn't want to do that with the boot. However, I do want to just tell them congratulations. And that football talk, I'm learning. So they advanced to the AAL2 South Division Championship. Did I say that correctly? Because you speak that football talk. I just capture it.
I tell you what, you're doing a good job of capturing, but with them having a 6-2 overall record, obviously they're having a successful season. With what you just shared with their most recent win by 32-26 margin, they're continuing with their season, postseason, what have you. So kudos to them and kudos to you for capturing those special moments. Yes, indeed.
Yes, so they're keep you guys in the loop as much as I can. Sorry, I don't have pictures to show and things like that, but I will. That's the goal. My goal is, who knows, I may show up in New Jersey.
Hey, let me know. That's the home state. So hey, everybody in the home state, be ready when Dedra comes to town. But I tell you what, like you can tell, individually and collectively, we're thankful and grateful for what we're able to do with our platforms. Like I said, working collaboratively or independently, we're just doing what we do. And speaking of doing what we do, there's something that we definitely have to do. And I'm gonna have Dedra go ahead and take the lead, because at the end of July, there's an opportunity for you and a friend to partake of something. So Dedra, go ahead and lay it on them.
I like how you did that, Andrew. And I still do not like taking the lead as it pertains to speaking. However, you guys, you have to know how much I love the PBR. I love professional bull riding. I have been a fan since I was a kid, and to be able to cover them has just been a love of mine. And it's so amazing to see all of these people who've always been, about, wearing the cowboy boots and things like that, to actually embrace it and represent. So for all those people who are, all about putting their boots on the ground, this is the time. What you have to do if you would like to win two tickets for you and a friend, you and a cousin, you a family member, you and someone but you will have to like our platform, whether it is Lens2Pens, Emery Rose Photography.
Yeah, Ace Norton CCS. Just like Dedra was saying, to keep it simple, look at here. It's pretty simple. Especially for those of you, we know a lot of our followers are on Facebook and Instagram. So when you go ahead and add Emery Rose Photography, which you should already, Best and Gwinnett, hey, just saying, Lens2Pens or Ace Norton CCS, go ahead and add, tag. How many friends do they need to tag?
Okay, so we need you to like us on all of our platforms, if possible, but at least do it as much as you can. So on Instagram, Facebook, like our platforms. Hey, I would even like it if you guys go to YouTube and like it as well. But like our platforms. We want you to tag one friend, especially if it's on Instagram or Facebook. Tag at least one friend, one person. Okay? We would love it if you will share it as well.
And then Dedra, let them know what's the deadline date-wise for them to do all this.
All right. So, Andrew, I'm thinking because the PBR, they will be here in Gwinnett County at Gas South Arena on July the 26th, which is a Saturday, and Sunday, July the 27th. And so with that said, we want to do our drawing on July the 11th.
How about, you know what? Let's do the 12th. So that way the winners go ahead. When we do the drawing on July 12th, the winners get to cap off their weekend with, hey, we won, and that gives them enough time to go ahead and get everything squared away. So let's go ahead and do July 12th. Can we do the 12th, Dedra? Could we? May we?
Let's see. So if we do the 12th, that gives them one Saturday to prepare. Do you think that will be enough time? No.
Well, 2 weeks.
Well, I guess the Saturday that is mentioned, the 12th.
Yeah, if we go with the 12th and the event's the 26th, that's 2 weeks.
Okay, so you guys, I guess we're gonna go with the 12th. So all right, so everyone, look, you have until the 12th because of Andrew. You have that one extra day. So make sure during that time that you go to our social media platform. Like Andrew said, you should already like our page. If you like our page already, make sure you tag a friend. And that's what we're going to be looking for as well. Do they like our page? Did they tag a friend? And your name will be entered in the drawing. And then we will have the opportunity on July the 12th to pick you. And you will receive 2 tickets.
That's great. So think about it. We're giving you basically the first half of the month. Thank you, Dedra. Thank you, Dedra. Thank you, Dedra. Thank you, Dedra. Hey, 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 hey. Do a little celebratory there.
I see.
So you've got July 12th. Of course, pay attention to the social media for the reminders regarding the steps that you need to take in order to possibly have good things happen. And then, like Dedra said, at the end of the month, July 26th and 27th at the Gas South District, it'll be the PBR Professional Bull Riding. Again, I've been fortunate, really because of Dedra to cover the last couple of years. It's an amazing experience. The riders, I tell you what, the riders just have, just a great presence, great understanding, a lot of humility, with some of those guys and what have you and whatnot. And so I have tremendous respect for being on the bull. And then, of course, our vantage point, we have to be locked in and paying attention. Those bulls are no joke, ladies and gentlemen.
You made me think about the time when the one of the ropes actually came into the audience, and yeah, absolutely, your head has to stay on swivel. You have to keep it.
Man, look at here. I'm glad we have the vantage point that we have. And even that is like real up close, personal, and intense. But again, if you have an interest, in the sport, definitely check us out. Check out the info on the contest. Remember, July 12th is the day. So you got to make sure to make it happen. Of course, like Dedra shared, July 26th and 27th at the Gas South District in Duluth, Georgia. We will be there live and direct covering the PBR. Yeah, and Dedra did the silent cheer, but that's okay. Silent or loud cheering is cheering.
Yes, I think they know by now that I am not the loud one. I tend to be quiet. I tend to
noise. So I'm the public enemy of the two. Bring the noise. Oh, goodness. Well, like I said, we're excited to always be able to share what we're doing individually and collectively. And of course, we always have things in the works, but we want to give you just enough so it has you coming and running back for more. Of course, you guys know the usual: like, share, repost, add, all that, and then some. If you're aware of story ideas that you feel like other outlets are not covering, please reach out to us. We will do what we can individually and collectively to be there and get those stories out there. We know there's tremendous stories going on regularly, some of which do not always get the time and attention. Like we said earlier, some get the initial attention, then because it's not in that news cycle per se, people think it's not news or newsworthy. But we try to do what we can individually and collectively to make sure to shine the light on some of the good things happening, as well as some things that we just have to raise some questions on.
And like you mentioned, a lot of people may not know, I tend to capture a lot in the political arena. And so as different candidates, as you are hosting different events, definitely reach out. Reach out if you need a photographer. Reach out if you need someone to cover. I recently covered an event pertaining to a political candidate in the Atlanta, arena of things. And so if you want to know more, please go to my social media platform and you'll get to find out exactly which political candidate I've been covering. There's some pictures that will be coming. I'm starting to cover some political candidates right here in Gwinnett, like I usually do. So again, if you have like an upcoming event and you would like some coverage, definitely reach out to us as media and we can see what we can do. Like you mentioned, if you want to connect with us, definitely follow us on our social media. You are here with us with Lens2Pens, which you can find us on all of our platforms on social media. You can reach me at emeryrosephotography.com. You can also reach me at dedrawalker.com. And so again, Andrew, we are here.
Like Dedra said, she's made it clear we are here in the atmosphere. And again, with the individual and collective work, political coverage, I'm actually credentialed to cover 2 of our members of Congress, one of whom, that big, not so beautiful bill, we actually covered that stuff before it hit the House. So Stay connected. Like Dedra said, the easiest ways for me on Instagram, if you add Ace Norton CCS as well as author Ace Norton, when you click on the link in the bio, it'll take you to my respective link trees. And then from there, you can add, share the platforms that you typically use, as well as check out the websites and any other updates. And again, of course, with the collaborative work that we do, make sure to add us on Lens2Pens, the number 2, Lens and number 2 Pens on all your key social media platforms. So Dedra, as we get ready to wind down, thank you for the individual work that you're doing, and please make sure to stay engaged and connected with her. Thank you for the opportunity for the collective work that we do. And it's a lot of fun. We're serious. We get a little silly, but at the end of the day, we are here to support, uplift, encourage, and empower. And whether we're working solo or collectively, we're going to do what we can to make it happen. And we parlay that with the work that we do across the board. So on that note, Dedra, go ahead and close us out.
Well, when you said that, it made me remember that we hadn't had a chance to record since I covered the 3rd annual sneaker ball that was held in Winder. That was such an amazing event. It was for the community. There was music, games, prizes. They had special guests. They had Jared Calloway. I was able to interview a special guest, Chala Watson. She is a basketball player, and she is going to travel overseas this upcoming fall. So again, stay locked in to where you can find me on social media to find out about this recent coverage that I did of the sneaker ball. You can find me DedraWalker.com. Eventually you'll see the story covering this, but until then, you will start seeing pictures from this past event and on Emery Rose Photography across all the social media platform, and also on Lens2Pens. Yeah, Andrew, I think they're ready to follow us. I think they're ready to win some tickets.
I tell you what, and again, don't forget the deadline to go ahead and do the liking, tag one friend, all that type of thing by July 12th. So go ahead.
I said you gave them, they got that one extra day. You got that for them.
You know what? Dedra said so, and so it is. So having said all that, y'all, we can go ahead and bounce. All of you take very good care. Thank you for liking, sharing, watching, reposting, encouraging, all those types of things. And like I said, whether individually or collectively, we're doing what we can with what we've got to go ahead and make it happen.
Hey, you said it all. All right, you guys, have a great one. Well, hello, Andrew.
Well, hello, Dedra. As always, good to see you. Great to work with you. And of course, to everybody, we hope you're having a great day and a great week.
I was going to start it over. I didn't want to stop you.
All right.
Put this as an outtake. All right. I do. Okay. I'm going to add some quiet time so I could cut it off.